Prep Sports Extra Time, joined once again by Hub City Prep's Randy Rosetta. We'll start where we haven't talked private schools quite yet. TAPS football and Lubbock Christian High School. Got a new quarterback by the name of Bax Townsend. Sounds familiar. Played at Shallowater, and he's helping them roll right along 3-0 to start the season.
3-0 and starting to look a little bit like that team from 2 years ago that played for the state championship. They're off to a 3-0 start. Their offense has really clicked. He's second in the city in passing yards, sixth in rushing yards. He's kind of Alex Lack was their guy last year, carried a lot of the load. He's filled in nicely. Connor Lack, younger brother, has been a very good receiver. Carson Leatherwood's another kid. They've got a lot of weapons. Those guys, of course, being Lubbock Christian, being small school, they also play both ways. Carson Leatherwood's been big on defense. They're really starting to put it together. Get into district this week. We'll start seeing a little bit of what they can do now.
That game against Temple Christian, just the second home game of the season
for them. For the Eagles.
There you go. And Estacado Matadors, meanwhile, back on the road, back up in the Panhandle. Yes. Two tough luck losses for Coach Klugle's club.
And they're close. They're not that far away from being 3-0, but I really feel like they need to go up there and get this one this week to kind of get the mojo back. Estacado was last week against Canyon. Looked like they had it won, then a kid kicks a 41-yard field goal that was probably good from about 50. That's a tough way to lose. But Estacado's doing some good things. They're healthy. They have moved the ball. Defensively, they're just good. They're going to be good as long as Joe Klugle's there to kind of oversee things.
And Monterey gets back in the win column last week. Much needed win. Got one more contest, a tough one this week, where they start district play.
Well, they play Lubbock Cooper, which Lubbock Cooper's finishing up that gauntlet of city teams that they play. We don't know the status yet. Holt Gibson hurt his knee on the last play of the game against Friendship in a 14-13 loss. Cooper needs something good to happen. It's weird to say about the number 18 in the state, but they walked off that field with a little bit of a bad taste. Probably outplayed Friendship in a lot of ways. Friendship played great, don't get me wrong. But Cooper needs to come out and kind of get the feeling back. But you mentioned Monterey. That was a big win for them because regardless of what happens this week and next, Monterey all of a sudden looks like they may be a contender in District 2-5A Division I. They've got some nice pieces. The best running back in town, Brent White, Blake Porter, one of those two-sport guys who's kind of settling in as a quarterback, and their defense is nasty. They always look physically imposing, and they're kind of putting it up to use on the field now.
And as always, you can find updated stats, standings, and this week's helmet stickers at hubcitypreps.com. Randy, thanks.
Thanks for having me.